Imagine waking up to a morning that feels completely ordinary. The air is cool, the streets are active, the ocean rests quietly at the edge of the land. People move through their routines without fear, without urgency, without knowing that far beneath the surface of the earth, forces older than humanity itself are already in motion. This is how disasters often begin, in silence. In Japan, the land and the sea share a relationship that is both beautiful and terrifying. The same ocean that feeds the nation, shapes its culture, and defines its history also carries the power to erase entire cities within minutes. Japan exists in one of the most geologically active regions on Earth. Massive tectonic plates meet, overlap, and grind beneath the Pacific Ocean, storing energy over decades or even centuries. Most of the time, humans live unaware of this constant pressure building below their feet. But when that pressure finally releases, it does so without mercy. The ground shakes, buildings sway, and in the depths of the ocean, the seabed shifts violently. In that single moment, millions of tons of water are displaced, and the sea begins to move as one massive body. A tsunami is not born from wind or storms. It is born from the earth itself. In the deep ocean, a tsunami moves invisibly, its waves stretching hundreds of kilometers apart. Ships pass over it without noticing anything unusual. To the human eye, the ocean looks calm, almost peaceful, but beneath that surface, energy is racing forward at extraordinary speed, carrying destruction toward land. As the tsunami approaches shallow coastal waters, the wave begins to rise. The energy has nowhere else to go. The ocean slows, the water piles up, and what was once invisible becomes unstoppable. Sometimes the sea pulls back first, retreating farther than it ever has before, exposing the ocean floor in a way that feels unnatural and unsettling. For those who recognize the signs, this moment is terrifying. For others, it is confusing, and then the water returns, not as a wave, but as a moving wall. It crashes into the coastline with unimaginable force, lifting cars, tearing buildings from their foundations, and swallowing streets in seconds. The sound is not sharp or explosive. It is deep, endless, and overwhelming, like the roar of the planet itself. Everything humans have built suddenly feels fragile, temporary, insignificant. Japan has faced tsunamis for as long as people have lived along its shores. Ancient texts describe villages that vanished overnight, fields turned into seabeds, and coastlines permanently reshaped. These stories were never myths. They were warnings passed down through generations, reminders that the sea remembers everything. In modern times, Japan has transformed these lessons into preparation. Advanced seismic sensors monitor the Earth continuously. The moment an undersea earthquake is detected, warning systems activate. Sirens echo across coastal towns. Mobile phones vibrate with emergency alerts. Trains stop automatically. Factories shut down. Elevators halt between floors. People move with urgency toward higher ground. This response is not chaos. It is discipline built through experience. Children in Japan learn earthquake and tsunami safety from a young age. Schools conduct regular drills. Offices practice evacuations. Coastal communities have clearly marked escape routes. Seawalls stretch along vulnerable areas, not as promises of safety, but as barriers meant to buy time. Yet, even with all this preparation, nature sometimes overwhelms every defense. Some tsunamis arrive too quickly. Some waves grow too tall. Some moments leave no room for escape. When the water finally retreats, it leaves behind a landscape that feels unreal. Silence settles over the ruins. Streets no longer exist. Landmarks vanish. What remains is debris, mud, and memories scattered across what used to be homes and neighborhoods. Personal belongings lie broken and soaked. Photographs float in stagnant water. Clocks are frozen at the exact second disaster struck. Survivors walk through these remains in shock. The emotional weight is heavier than the physical destruction. Loss is everywhere, even where words cannot reach. Families search for loved ones, communities mourn together. Grief moves through the air as heavily as the mist left behind by the sea. And then, slowly, something remarkable begins to happen. Japan rebuilds. Not immediately and not easily, but deliberately. People help one another without hesitation. Volunteers arrive from distant regions. Engineers and scientists study what went wrong and how to improve defenses. Cities are redesigned. Warning systems are upgraded. Buildings are reinforced. Evacuation routes are improved. Every tsunami leaves behind devastation, but it also leaves behind knowledge. Japan does not view disasters only as tragedies. They are lessons written by the earth itself. Lessons about respect, humility, and preparation. The ocean is not an enemy, and the land is not cruel. They are forces that exist beyond human control. A tsunami strips away the illusion of dominance. It reminds humanity that progress does not mean invincibility. Technology does not erase vulnerability. Even the most advanced societies must bow to the natural world. And yet, within this reality, there is resilience. Japan's strength lies not in avoiding disaster, but in facing it with awareness and unity.